Students, in our previous class, we have done the male reproductive system, and I hope that the structure and function of each and every part is clear to you. Still, if there is any doubt, you can write your queries in the video comment section. So today let us start with the female reproductive system. Female reproductive system, it includes a pair of ovaries. These ovaries are the primary sex organs. I have already informed you that primary sex organ is that organ that directly produces gamete. The organ that is involved in the gamete formation is known as the primary sex organ. And the other, oviduct, uterus, cervix, vagina, external genitalia, these are known as the secondary sex organs, which are involved in the passage, transport, maturation of the gamete. So oviduct, these are also known as fallopian tubes. Uterus, a pear-shaped structure. Cervix, the opening of the uterus, and the vagina, a tube-like structure. This is cervix here, the opening of the uterus, and a tube-like structure. This is known as the vagina. Now, this whole system, this is present in the pelvic or the lower pelvic cavity. See, how does it look like? These are the pair of ovaries. This is fallopian tube and this is the uterus. The opening of the uterus is cervix here, and this is a long vagina. This is the ovum that is discharged from the ovary, and you can see here these finger-like projections. These are known as the fimbriae. Ovaries, they are performing two functions. One is they are producing the gamete ovum, and the second one is they are producing the hormone estrogen. You have studied in earlier classes also that estrogen is responsible for the secondary sex characteristic in female. The size of the ovaries is 2 to 4 centimeter, and the shape of the ovaries is just like an almond. Ovaries, they are connected to the cavity or to the uterus or the abdominal cavity through the ovarian ligaments. These are the ligaments. And this whole ovary, this is lined by a germinal epithelium. Below this germinal epithelium, there is a connective tissue layer, and this layer is known as tunica albuginea. And then the entire space present inside the ovary is known as stroma. Stroma is further divided into outer cortex and the inner medulla. You can see the next part is the fallopian tube. Fallopian tube, they are not directly attached with the ovary. There is a slight gap between the fallopian tube and ovary. There is no direct connection between the ovary and the fallopian tubes. This fallopian tube is further having different areas. These are the finger-like projections that I have already shown you just now. These are just to take the ovum inside when the ovary is discharging in it. And these are called fimbriae. Then these fimbriae, they lead into a funnel-like structure. This is a broad area, and this is called infundibulum. This infundibulum, this lead to another area, ampulla. You can see this part, this is the widest part, the longest part of the fallopian tube. And this continue into a narrow part that is called isthmus. Fertilization occurs in this area only. Then this isthmus, it leads into the part of the tube that continue with the uterus, and that is called the uterine part. Now, what are the functions which are performed by these fallopian tubes? They are transferring the ovum. Just now I said fertilization is occurring here, and in fact the few division of the zygote called the cleavage division, they are also occurring here. Now the next part is uterus. Uterus is a hollow structure, muscular structure, and you can see the shape is like an inverted pear. This is on this side, you can see these are supported by, this uterus is supported by ligaments. And this opening of the uterus is known as cervix. And the cavity, this one is known as the cervical canal. Uterus is surrounded by, or the uterus wall is made up of 3 layers. The outer layer, that is called perimetrium. This perimetrium, this is made up of epithelium. The middle one is the very strong muscular layer, that is called myometrium. Myometrium is quite thick, you can see. These muscles are very strong muscles. That is why these are able to tolerate the labor pains. Then this is the innermost glandular layer called endometrium. The thickness of endometrium varies depending on the stage of the cycle in which this uterus is. Now the function that is performed by this uterus is that once fertilization has occurred, now the embryo, it will come down to the uterus. This will get attached to the wall of the uterus and a structure called placenta is formed. And now the whole nourishment of this embryo is taken through this placenta. Now the last part of this structure is this tube-like structure that is called vagina. This vagina extends from cervix to the outside. This structure is also known as the birth canal because the birth of the baby, it occurs through this opening. This vagina, opening of this vagina is covered with a very thin membrane, and that is called hymen. This hymen is a very, very thin membrane.